In 1906, when Panguitch, Utah first received telephone service, 13-year-old Alice Syrette was fascinated by the box on the wall that could let her talk with almost anyone, almost anywhere. But she was most fascinated by the lovely voice that said, "Operator," when she lifted the earpiece and turned the crank. Alice dreamed of someday becoming that voice. That dream came true in 1912 as she became an operator for the newly formed Mountain State Telephone and Telegraph Company and was given the entire one-room telephone office located at the north end of the Sevier River Valley. Alice became the very model of the efficient telephone operator, memorizing the ring patterns for the scores of subscribers in the Panguitch area, and recognizing each voice as soon as they spoke. But on May 25th, 1914, her dream became a nightmare. At 1:00 p.m., Alice heard a ring and recognized the voice of Dimmick Huntington, supervisor of the Hatchtown Dam.
"Alice, get me John Chittister in Richfield. We've got a landslide at the back of the dam. If we can't repair it, get ready to call everyone along the Sevier."
Just 2 hours later, that dreaded call came.
"Alice, we've got a second slide and the teams can't keep up with the repairs. Start getting everyone out of the way. The dam is nearly full and there's 14,000 acre-feet heading your way if the dam breaches."
Alice, hear that roaring like rain and thunder too. The dam broke up in Hatchtown. There's a wall of water coming for your people and you. And I know your knees are knocking like a bad dream coming true. But with the water on the way, Alice, Alice, golly, what you gonna do? The menfolk all are leaving and the women leaving too. But the girl who works the switchboard gotta stay and see this dang damn thing through. So keep your talker working, though your heart's in your throat and all. And with the water on the way, Alice, Alice, won't you make another call? Alice, ringing up the valley with the water bearing down, staying with the soul of Cyrette steel, calm in a clamor, tough as a hammer. One more call is one more life to save you from being drowned. Alice, ringing up the valley with the water bearing down. I don't mean to make you nervous, I won't parse this thing too fine, but we're all sweating, everybody's betting their lives on this one thin phone line. 'Cause they need to know in Kingston and in Circleville they haven't a clue. See, with the water on the way, Alice, Alice, this thing's down to you. Alice, ringing up the valley with the water bearing down, staying with the soul of Cyrette steel. While she's talking, the townsfolk are walking, and one more call is one more life to save from being drowned. Alice, ringing up the valley with the water bearing down. Ain't no use to grab no shovel, ain't no use to fill no sack, 'cause that water's there to hit 'em square and wash 'em where they won't come back. And the water's down the lines now, you can hear the phone's gone dead. Means you got yourself about 1 minute till the water's over your pretty head. So run now, little Alice, run for higher ground, knowing water's on the way. And Alice, Alice, you saved every soul in town. Alice, ringing up the valley with the water bearing down, staying with the soul of Cyrette steel, cucumber cool, nobody's fooling. One more call is one more life saved from being drowned. Alice, ringing up the valley with the water bearing down, and one more call is one more life saved from being drowned. Alice, ringing up the valley with the water bearing down.
Alice came from a strong pioneer family, the Syrettes, who had overcome many trials as they settled in Garfield County. so she was no stranger to challenges. But her strength and courage in the face of disaster certainly made her the hero to those many families she called to warn them to get out of the way of that flood. Sometimes we face what feels like imminent disaster, and it takes all the courage we can muster not to turn tail and run. You can be the hero in your own story. Download our free Alice Ringing Up the Valley process guide to find out what our professional counselors have to say. You'll get the option to join our Heritage That Heals family, where you'll get stirring stories and helpful hints, regular updates on what we're doing, and behind-the-scenes footage on how other people handled their challenges. Just click the link to get the guide.